great lead up to this next one, which is, again, to my knowledge, the first time that SCEA has given out a Lifetime Achievement Award. And I am thinking about what Nick said about when we got involved in SCEA, many former board members who had many great years of service got burnt out, left, as people do. We didn't know how to access the bank accounts. We had the $12 in the envelope, and we were committed to making it happen. We were committed to fighting the fight for equality, for recognition, for respect. But it's a really good reminder that that fight did not start in 2016. That fight has been happening for all of human history. And we are all better because of the work that came before us and the people who took up that fight at all times. Before, as Ray mentioned, Pueblo After Two was founded the year she was born. Years before that fight was happening. So I want to read a little bit about one of our former board members who we're going to recognize tonight, who has been one of those people who's made it possible for us to be here tonight in this room talking about queer happiness, queer joy, LGBTQ respect. Barbara's work on behalf of LGBTQ+ people began soon after coming out as a lesbian in the early 70s in New York City. While in college, she got involved with a newly formed video group, Lesbians Organized for Video Experience, or LOVE. She began her career on reel-to-reel half-inch video porta-packs. Most of us don't even know what that is. Which, at that time, was brand new technology. The LOVE group's purpose was to record the early days of the LGBTQ+ movement and to combat lesbian invisibility within the movement and society in general. They videotaped and edited gay marches, lesbian protests, and then had public screenings to create safe environments and build communities. The entire video collection, which I encourage you all to look into, is available on Vimeo. The channel's called Love Tapes Collective. There's some amazing things on that channel. In the 80s, after she moved to Boulder, she got involved with producing women's music concerts in Denver with Sage and Star Trip Productions. She also began volunteering at the upstart KBDI Channel 12 television station in Broomfield on Teletoons, one of the first music video shows in the country. And she continued to be supervising producer on the show throughout her tenure at the station. While at Channel 12, she eventually became a staff producer, where she was instrumental in bringing LGBTQ+ programs for broadcast during the 80s and 90s. In the 90s, she made several documentaries surrounding LGBTQ+ and feminist issues. She produced live discussion programs during the battle for gay rights in Colorado, known as Amendment 2, which we heard a little bit about earlier. And she followed Colorado to Washington, D.C. for the major LGBTQ+ march in 1986, and created the documentary 500,000 Strong for Love and for Life, which won a Corporation for Public Broadcasting Award. After the anti-gay ballot initiative Amendment 2 passed, she followed the Colorado contingent again to Washington and marched. She interviewed the lawyers and allies during this time until Amendment 2 was finally overturned by the Supreme Court as unconstitutional. While doing that, she was the originating producer of Colorado Inside Out in 1992, which is still on the air every Friday night, and now the longest running talk show in Denver. After moving to Pueblo, she got involved with Pueblo After Two, and was involved with the first and possibly only LGBTQ+ float in the Thanksgiving Day parade down Union. And she was there when we became Southern Colorado Equality Alliance. She continued her video activism on her YouTube channel as a Dream Teller video with shorts of Pueblo Indivisible, women's marches, and LGBTQ plus events, including our last few Pueblo Pride events after she rejoined our board in 2019. It is an extreme honor of mine to present this award to my friend and someone I've had a privilege of working with these last few years, Barbara SCEA.
I feel like I look like a freak, I'm sorry. My lip, and, I've had a lot of health issues this last year, but, I'm on the mend, thankfully, and,
Yay!
Can't get rid of me that fast. Anyway, so I've been a troublemaker most of my life, but I'm trying to avoid that and be, do whatever I can to make peace with everybody. Because I think at this point in our world, we really need to figure out a way to come together and unite and be able to talk to each other. Anyway, but I did write something, so I'm going to read it. It's been an honor and a privilege to meet and work with so many wonderful people over the years, and I feel good about leaving Southern Colorado Equality Alliance at this time. It was good to know that we are in the hands of creative, determined folks who are ready to take on whatever comes this way, and this board continually finds new ways of bringing the community together. I really applaud you guys for all the stuff you've done in the last year. It's been amazing. It's been really interesting being old, watching the cycles of hate come back every 20 years or so. It seems like it just reoccurs, and then we fight for our rights, and whoever thought there would be marriage equality or, a gay governor or whatever it is, when I was doing stuff in the early 70s, but here we are, an accepting community, but we can't really take it for granted because you know why? There's a lot of forces in play in the country that want to take our rights away from us. And it seems to show up a lot with every election cycle. We always become a target. And, it's happening again, especially building against our trans community with more legalized discrimination laws being created, seems like weekly in various states. So while we have more freedoms than ever before, we also have we also have more elected officials than ever before. We continue to be reminded that we must remain vigilant and push back against those forces that want to oppress us and take those rights away from us again. I feel the current board in this organization is prepared to be our voice to do that, and I'm really grateful of all the new people that have come on the board, and I was happy to give up my seat to have people have more energy than I do to do it. So it means the world to me that you guys are there and still doing the work, and I can't do it anymore, but thank you so much.
Yay!